Yes, it is a bit of a secret. Not 100% sure a lot of people know about it, but it is an interesting viewpoint for her to have. And it is something that I suspect she does not want a lot of people to find out or to discuss in detail. But today we're going to look at it and see why she had that viewpoint and why she was compelled to make that kind of a statement. Good morning, everyone. So today is a very special day. Today we have a new Prime Minister. Liz Truss has become the next Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. Now it's an interesting time. It's a very interesting time to be Prime Minister. And today what we're going to do is we're going to find out a little bit of the background of Liz Truss, where she is, some highlights, and maybe a little dark secret as well. Haha, let's get to it. So there's a great article written in Politico today, and the title of the article is Everything You Wanted to Know About Liz Truss But Were Too Afraid to Ask. This title is a quite a good title because it comes from a Woody Allen film, I think maybe done about 50 years ago. It's not an amazing film. You might feel differently about Woody Allen and all his work. He has made one or two films that's quite good. And this is one of his films, Everything You Want to Know About Sex and Were Too Afraid to Ask. So I will put the link in the description below if you want to kind of check it out. It's actually quite a fun film if you have 2 hours to spare. Now, to start off with, this article talks about vital statistics. She's 47 years of age. She's married with 2 kids. She of course went through the tried and tested route of doing PPE, politics, philosophy and economics at Oxford. Then she became a member of the Conservative Party and of course joined through the ranks and rose through the ranks in the Conservative Party right up to the top job. Now, at the very beginning of her career, she was a libertarian. She was a liberal Democrat, actually, where she really wanted to be where she is pro-Europe, where she was pro-Europe right up to the referendum. And during her political career, she has made quite a few adjustments to her viewpoints, her stance with regards to quite a few key issues that might divide the country. It's important to kind of realize that she is very smart when it comes to positioning herself into the right place. That is to say, during her career, she has not really stood out all that much. She has kept her head down. She has toed the line. So during the past couple of years, when Boris Johnson was the Prime Minister, there have been there have been many scandals, right? Now, certain politicians stood up and said, this is not cool, enough is enough, and they wanted to rebel against Boris Johnson. Now, to the very end, Rishi Sunak stood by Boris Johnson. However, at the very end, he made the decision to leave the cabinet. Now, this is a key difference between Liz Truss and Rishi Sunak in the eyes of the Conservative Party membership. Even though Rishi Sunak has been a Brexiter throughout his life, has been a Conservative Party member most of his life, the Conservative Party membership preferred Liz Truss because there is this idea that Liz Truss always stood by Boris Johnson and they are expecting Liz Truss to give a cabinet position to Boris Johnson. Speaking of her cabinet, it is very likely that she will have people like Priti Patel, Jacob Rees-Mogg and Suella Braverman as cabinet members. They will support her in implementing more right-wing ideas and right-wing policies. It is in fact a very interesting time to be Prime Minister, and I use the word interesting here quite wrongly. Today, the pound fell against the dollar. I think it's 1.14, lowest since the 1980s, I believe. And there is, of course, a cost of living crisis. Now, as the Prime Minister, doing things that would sustain the support of the Conservative Party membership and doing things that would help the general public may not be as easy as one might think, because those two aspects may be mutually exclusive. So to find common ground, you might need to work a lot to find that common ground, and that may not be something that Liz Truss may be able to deliver within the next 2 years that she has before the next general election. And if she were to not deliver that, and if the Conservative Party membership feels that the general consensus and the general sentiment of the general public is waning and it is moving towards voting Labour, they might feel the need to appoint a new leader. And that may very well be Boris Johnson. There is a growing movement within the Conservative Party that is actually wanting Boris Johnson as the next Prime Minister. And that may well happen before the next general election if Liz Truss is not careful. Now for the real dark secret of Liz Truss. In 1994, during the party conference, she mentioned that she was very much in favor of abolishing the monarchy. Now, things may have changed since then, and just like she changed her mind about Brexit, right? So that may not be her opinion right now. However, it might be an interesting conversation to have today as she visits Balmoral and meet the Queen as she gets invited to form the new government. Now, to conclude, it is a very interesting time to be the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, and she would need to play her cards right if she wants to be the Prime Minister for the next 2 years. Thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate your time. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please comment below and please subscribe to the channel. That would really help as well. I really appreciate your time. Hope you have a great day.